What's the most twisted way your family dealt with grief? After my twin brother Leon died in a car accident, my parents told everyone that I was the one who died instead, and I had to attend my own funeral while pretending to be my dead brother. My parents had spent our entire lives making it clear that Leon was the golden child, and I was the disappointment. They'd constantly tell everyone, Leon is the athlete, the leader, the one with real potential, and Felix is just sensitive. Dad would make us compete against each other in everything, and Leon always won because he was naturally gifted at what our parents valued. Despite all this, Leon was my best friend, my protector, and the only person who ever made me feel like I mattered. He always told me that our parents were full of shut, and I was the best guy he knew. So when Leon died in the car accident and I survived, I wanted to die too. I had no idea my parents were already making that a reality. At the hospital, they told doctors that Leon was the survivor and Felix had died. I had a concussion from the accident and was so messed up with grief that I didn't even think to argue. I was barely even aware of what was going on. But 3 days later, I had to stand at my own funeral while everyone mourned Felix, and that's when it really hit me. My parents whispered, "This is how it should have been. You have to be Leon now. He deserves to live the life that was meant for him." I had to sit there while my extended family eulogized me and my friends from school cried over my death. But that wasn't even the worst part. What killed me was that no one was talking about Felix. He was the one who deserved their tears and their speeches. My favorite person was dead, and nobody even knew because they thought I was him. Then my parents told me I had to keep being Leon, which meant dating his girlfriend Samantha. She'd always been nice to me back when Leon was alive, and lying to her felt disgusting. She was always comforting me, telling me she knew how much Felix meant to me, and she was so sorry. Every time she touched me, I felt like I was betraying Leon. When Samantha wanted to get intimate, my parents told me I had to go through with it because Leon would want his relationship to continue. Meanwhile, my parents erased Felix completely. They threw away all my artwork and painted over my murals, filling the space with Leon's trophies. They enrolled me in his college classes and made me join the football team. The worst was when someone would ask me how I was doing and tell me how much they missed Felix. I had no idea people cared about me that much, and they had no idea I was still alive. I don't know how many days I just went home and screamed, wishing that Leon was here with one of his brilliant ideas to get me out of this, and also just plain wishing that Leon was here because I was drowning in grief. One day when I was struggling and Samantha tried to comfort me by telling me how much Felix had loved me, I lost it. I showed my parents the artwork I'd secretly made about losing my brother and said, "I'm Felix, not Leon, and I can't keep pretending to be dead. Leon wouldn't want this for me." I thought maybe they'd finally see how much pain I was in and let me grieve properly. For a minute, I thought maybe they finally saw me and not Leon, but then they exploded. Mom screamed, "How dare you, Leon?" and said I was dishonoring Felix's memory and that trauma had broken my mind. Dad said I was having a psychotic break because I couldn't handle surviving when Felix died. It didn't matter how many times I yelled, "I'm Felix and I'm alive." They called a psychiatrist and told him I was suffering from severe survivor's guilt and dissociative identity disorder, that I believed I was my dead brother Felix. They showed him fake medical records and convinced him to prescribe heavy antipsychotic medication. When that didn't stop me from insisting I was Felix, they had me committed to a psychiatric facility where I spent 3 months being treated for the delusion that I was my dead brother instead of the survivor Leon. But then someone came to my rescue, Samantha. She'd known this whole time that something wasn't right. I never seemed like Leon to her. At first, she chalked it up to grief, but she couldn't get past the fact that her new Leon had completely different interests and didn't remember things Leon should have remembered. She hired a private investigator who discovered my parents had lied about which twin died and that they'd been forcing me to live as Leon. When Samantha confronted them with birth certificates and DNA evidence proving I was Felix, all hell broke loose. They were arrested for fraud, and my gravestone was changed from my name to Leon's. I'm now 22 and legally alive again as Felix, but I don't even know who that is anymore after years of being forced to be someone else. Just about everyone in my life cut me off because they don't understand that it wasn't my choice to pretend to be my dead brother. Samantha and I are in therapy together because she's traumatized by unknowingly sleeping with her dead boyfriend's twin brother for 2 years. And I still have panic attacks when people call me Felix, because part of me expects to get in trouble for not being dead.